How's it going, everybody? My name is TheStarkz and welcome to a brand new video. Today we're going to be talking about a bunch of rumored leaks surrounding Naughty Dog and its studio, and it's a bunch of different things and leaks that apparently happened. Now, we're not going to be talking specifically or showing anything rather specific because I don't want this video taken down, but this was actually on Twitter a while back, around 3-4 days ago now, but I wanted the opportunity to talk about it because it's some pretty interesting stuff. So without further delay, let's get into it. So rumors are flying around Twitter related to Naughty Dog and its upcoming 2021 announcements. Now, of course, I'm reading this article off of Gamer Rant, just for context here. So the alleged leaks have Naughty Dog trending on the social media website as fans begin arguing about what deserves expansion and other aspects that may be better suited to let lie. It's worth noting that this is all to be taken with a grain of salt. Unverified leaks on the internet are a dime a dozen, and it's easy to be waylaid by nonsense when a gamer is eager to figure out what's next for big studios. There have been no announcements from the studio, Naughty Dog itself, granting any of them credence or credibility. Add on to the pile that these are leaks from 4chan in anonymized form that tends to offer unique takes and quote-unquote operations against social media users, and skepticism is well deserved. So the rumor states that the Uncharted series will be arriving on PC in 2021. Along with that, The Last of Us Part 2 will receive an expansion that focuses more on Ellie, and multiplayer for the title will arrive soon as well. The final feather in the proverbial cap of the alleged leak is a new IP referred to as Stray's Cross. A heft of the concern appears to revolve around the expansion of The Last of Us Part 2, focusing on Abby, a character that many players supposedly disliked. Well, I shouldn't say supposedly, because definitely a lot of people disliked her. So of course, they go on to some more theories, I guess, on this particular website, Gamer Rant. But I want to focus some attention on this actual tweet. Now, it comes from Smack and Pie, which I've never heard of, but they say that the rumor is that Naughty Dog's upcoming schedule, quote unquote, leaked. According to a user on 4chan, Naughty Dog is planning Uncharted 4, not Uncharted 4, but Uncharted 4 PC 2021. The Last of Us 2 Abby expansion, The Last of Us 2 multiplayer for both the PlayStation 4 as well as the PlayStation 5, as well as a new IP called Stray's Cross, that I can vouch was talked about at least a few years ago. Now, this, according to this particular Twitter user, is just rumors. And in a lot of ways, it's exciting, regardless. Leaks and stuff like this are damaging at times, but often, more so than not, exciting and for the fans. It gets us prepared, and sometimes I feel like these things are intentional. Not always, but I feel like they're intentional. The ones with the story leaks for The Last of Us were extremely damaging, and I hope that never happens again. But the things like this, where it's information that we could possibly get, is always exciting. The only disappointing thing for me personally is Uncharted coming for PC, titled Chronicles, I heard, or some form of like Uncharted Chronicles, like some name like that, which is extremely disappointing. I've been on record countless times saying that I am extremely opposed to having more PlayStation games come on PC. I'm not gonna have this debate with anybody. This is my view, my opinion only. Feel free to share yours in the comments, comment section below. But mine is, and will always be, I disagree. I don't think we should be supporting this type of strategic business strategy. It's a slap to the face to consumers, specifically PlayStation consumers. I want exclusivity because it matters. It always matters. It still will continue to matter. The amount of hostility that will and just the anger that a lot of people would have if Nintendo were to make the switch and say, hey, you know what, we're going to put all these exclusive Mario games onto the PlayStation 4 and PC for you guys, because why not? like, come on, let's be realistic here. I think a lot of fans would lose their shit, and rightfully so. So I disagree, and I hope this Uncharted for PC for 2021 thing doesn't happen. But I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, with Horizon Zero Dawn, Death Stranding, Detroit Become Human, which technically wasn't exclusive. I think it was second party or something like that. Don't know, don't care. Regardless, these are PlayStation games, more and more going, or PlayStation exclusive games going on PC, and I disagree with it. So I hope this Uncharted 1 is a lie. However, the Last of Us 2 Abby expansion seems extremely likely. The way the second game ends alludes to the fact, or not even, I wouldn't even say alludes, pretty much confirms the fact that both Abby and Lev, which as we know were characters in The Last of Us Part 2, which a lot of people resonated with and a lot of people liked, are probably going to definitely make their way to that island in the game. I forget the name of it. Catalina Island is which is basically the home base for the Fireflies. And I've been doing a lot of research regarding this because I have some cool things that I'm not going to announce just yet, but I'm writing something that involves, the Fireflies as well as Abby and Lev. So I think this is extremely likely for Naughty Dog to be working on, or in the midst of doing, or maybe not even the midst, maybe just pre-development. But regardless, I think we are going to get some form of Abby expansion that could definitely be its own standalone game, similar to how the Uncharted: The Lost Legacy was. The only issue with this is, and this article brings up a very strong point, is a lot of people will lose their shit. I mean, a lot of people did not like Abby, rightfully so. I mean, she killed Joel, for crying out loud, and you play as her. I mean, like, this is a no-brainer that a lot of people might not actually buy this expansion. But I'm not one of those crazed, delusional haters who are like, well, who all of a sudden cares so much about Joel and be like, oh, well, I don't want to play this game anymore because it's Abby. It doesn't make any sense to me. Even if even I have a little bit of dislike, or this disconnect from Abby, just a slight. But I don't care. It's Naughty Dog, and I know what they make is quality, and I'm going to buy in regardless of whoever they put on the cover. They could put freaking that one dude that Joel got into a fight with, the one Frank or whatever his name was that made fun of Ellie and Dina. I'm still gonna play the game because it's Naughty Dog, right? Like, they're a quality company. The second rumor here regarding or quote unquote leak, it's not really a leak, it's more of a rumor, is Last of Us 2 multiplayer, which is come on, by this point I think everyone knows, it's no secret that Naughty Dog themselves have announced that they're working on multiplayer. It's just a matter of time of when we're going to see it. I personally have some ideas as to when we're going to get an official trailer, and that's probably going to be my next video. And a few weeks from now I'm going to make a video on it, talking about a release window, or not a release window, but more of an announcement window for the Factions multiplayer that we're going to be getting hopefully very soon. And then of course the new IP, which is called Strays Cross. It sounds to me it sounds very post-apocalyptic. Obviously this is probably like one of those code names or names that they, like a placeholder name that they just use to identify a project without being too explicit or specific with the name. But regardless, I think just how specific this is with Strays Cross sounds like, I mean, it could very much be a post-apocalyptic setting as well, or something that involves space. I mean, let's be real. I mean, just a thought. I would love Naughty Dog to do a space game. For a while now, a lot of people have been speculating that Naughty Dog's next project, based off of some art, will be involved. I mean, recently there was a new photo that released, which was like more of a medieval dragon type of vibe. But years back, I remember making a video about this as well. Years back, there was this dry punk or leather punk or whatever the term is, type of game that Naughty Dog could be working on, which I believe is similar to BioShock, which I have no interest in because I don't like that kind of setting whatsoever. It was actually called Steampunk. I just remembered it was called Steampunk. I'm not interested in a Steampunk Naughty Dog game. I want something realistic and cool. Steampunk is just for people that aren't me. So I'm not really interested in that. But I mean, this is a lot of good stuff. I forgot that this tweet actually happened, and I recalled it just recently, and I figured, hey, you know what, I'm gonna make a video on it because I think there's some really interesting stuff here. I mean, the fact that we might be seeing Uncharted on PC is already crazy enough, and then obviously the Abby expansion, which we're most definitely going to get eventually, probably focusing on the Fireflies and their journey to this like restoration, which is something I am writing in the process. So I hope I hope it kind of there's this like not conscious, but there's this reflection that I have with what I'm writing compared to what Naughty Dog might be doing with Abby as well as Lev. Obviously, we're going to get some factions, and then this new IP idea seems interesting, but I mean, we don't really know much about it other than the fact that it's, there's this placeholder name called Strays Cross. So I'm really interested to hear your thoughts and opinions regarding all this. I mean, Uncharted going on PC as for one, Abby expansion, multiplayer, we all know that's happening, and then this new IP. I'm curious, what do you think this new IP is going to be about? Do you think we're going to get The Last of Us Part 3, which I don't think we're going to be getting at all? Or do you guys think that we're going to be getting a medieval time game or a space game? Like, what are your thoughts? I mean, Naughty Dog is a very great and creative company, and I'm curious to hear your thoughts and opinions in the comment section below. So do so if you want. And with that being said, I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks so much for watching. I have been TheStarkz. Peace.